We wind down this trip with the story of a father's love. Darden has always been into fitness, and this year he plans to run with his son DJ in the 500 Festival Mini Marathon. But DJ, you see, has muscular dystrophy, but he's not going to let a little thing like that stand in the way. Through our friends at the Muscular Dystrophy Family Foundation, DJ is currently the proud owner of a special wheelchair that will allow him and Dad to live their dream. And for Dad, that's pretty important.
You know, I want to make sure I'm making every minute of every day count.
It's just one more story in the continuing saga we love to tell. Tales of Hoosiers pitching in to help other Hoosiers experience everything life has to offer.
It's another way for an individual with a disability to not have a boundary, to not be limited by their disability.
Smile, DJ. You're on the camera.
We'll be following Dwan and DJ all through the Mini. If you'd like to lend your support, call the MDFF at 923-MDFF or toll free 800-544-1213. We're going to revisit a story we told you about earlier in the year and about how a man's dream to share the best of every moment with his son became a reality.
Excitement builds on Washington Street the morning of the mini marathon. Pre-race jitters are worked out and last-minute needs are taken care of. For those participating, there are many reasons to run. Some run to win, others to get in shape, but most run for fun, for the runner's high. The simple joy of locomotion, available to anyone. Almost.
We've all had to try to learn to live with this thing, and you know, we try to make the best of it. I've ran that race. This past weekend was the 5th time I've done it, and every time prior to that I've raced, I've done it and dedicated it to DJ. And this year, DJ and I came up with the idea of doing it together.
Darden is a former Marine with a penchant for gadgets and a son with muscular dystrophy.
13 miles was nothing for me. I'd do it twice. I felt no pain. You know, I didn't feel tired at all. I didn't feel any of that stuff. And I told one person that. I said, there's a bunch of angels carrying us through this thing. Fathers get this news of their sons and they think it's the end of the world. And I wanted to let people know that regardless of your disabilities or you know, your limitations, that if you put your mind to do something, you can do it. Maybe next year I can team with 3 other fathers who have similar things and we can do it together. You know, make it grow.
Along with 35,000 others, Dwan and DJ ran the Indianapolis Mini Marathon, all 13.1 miles of it. To support them, Dwan's twin brother Don ran it as well.
I did tell him several years ago that I would never run any distance unless I was out of gas or I was being chased by a dog. My mother, she went out and she bought DJ his first pair of running shoes. And I looked at those shoes and there was something about them. And I said, you know, if I could strap those shoes on my feet and run for him, I would. And it just inspired me to do the race with him. The reality of it kind of set in for me when we met out at the park, and it was cold that morning, and it wasn't even 30 degrees the first time. Yeah, it was freezing outside, and we were out there pounding the pavement, and we started to realize that, you know, this is really going to happen in a few weeks, and we better get ready, or we're going to find ourselves on one of those stretchers out there. When we got there and started the run, it was gloomy. It got really humid. I'd say within the first mile and a half, I was just pouring with sweat. And after a while, you know, the sun broke out, and I said, DJ, look, you know, God's opening up the heavens for us. And, you know, the wind started to blow. It cooled way off. It was ideal. I think as far as running conditions could be, it couldn't have been any better.
DJ is a fairly typical teenager. He does his homework, hangs out with friends, and is considering a career in television, though he was pretty shy in front of our cameras. I saw you listen to your iPod.
For a little bit.
What do you listen to?
Oh, God.
I don't know. It depends.
My other son, who doesn't have a disability, we can go out in the backyard and throw a baseball and play catch and all these things. And I never had that opportunity to do those things with DJ. It's, I think, one of those things that'll be immortalized in my mind forever. You know, I can't imagine being at that plateau again in my life, you know? Sorry. People need inspiration in this day and time, and people need something to hope for. They need something to believe in. And I think that that through the strength of Dwan and DJ, that I caught a glimpse of what that strength those families need. I think we have a goal in this world, you know, and that's to lift people up. This guy elevates me to a higher level, always, you know.